Good morrow. I don't really wish to be making this video, to be honest. Not ideal. So if you watched the last video, you'll remember we got this thing running after fitting our new old stock head. Change a head gasket. I had head gasket failure, and yeah, obviously head gasket changed, head was replaced just because we could, and yeah, if you remember, we had it running in the last video. So yeah, that didn't last for long. I'm still yet to find out why, hence stripping down. I'll be honest with you, I mean, that sort of took place early January, and we're now on the, what are we on today? 29th of January, and I'm only just coming up to play with this now, because quite frankly, just, yeah, didn't even want to touch it really. Just felt very defeated and sort of, you know, yeah, just didn't want to touch it. So the story goes, obviously I had it running in the last video, and I probably had it running, so that was just before Christmas, probably had it running for somewhere around quarter of an hour. So not very long, obviously filled fluids, coolant, change the oil. It was running, you know, it was running. I just had to put a wheel back on, put it down on the floor, and it was drivable, you know, pull it out of the garage, and that was it, done. So I left it. Christmas came and went. And yeah, I come up here early January, chucked a charged battery on it. You know, just pre-checks before I was starting up. I was going to start it up, bleed the coolant up, and then put the wheel on, take it out, and yeah, just bleed the coolant up. But I noticed that the cam belt was a little slack for my liking, for what it should be. So I thought, oh no, you know, no drama, I will tighten the cam belt. Obviously just slacken the 3 bolts off, give it a tap round, give it a nice twist, and you know, it was I don't know if you can see, probably not, I've slackened the cam belt now, but you know, I could probably get half a turn, you know, probably like quarter of a turn, you know, fairly normal in my opinion for cam belt. And yeah, didn't think anything more of it. Chucked the cam cover back on, got the wheels on, took it outside, fired it up, and I mean, it was relatively cold, so I had the choke on, and as I sort of eased off the choke, I just gingerly sat there, just very lightly applying throttle, and you know, I began to ease off the throttle, and I stepped away from the car, and the revs dropped down to somewhere around 700 RPM, and it just cut out. But it was a horrible metallic tapping sound, and it, you know, it was very quick. It was probably, you know, very quick, but yeah, I just knew then that was sort of it. So immediately pulled the cover off, make sure the cam belt was still there. Cam belt is, as you can see, definitely still there. So I sort of managed to push the car back into the garage by myself, jacked it up, got the wheel back off, stuck a bar on the crankshaft pulley and started turning it over, and it goes tight. So something has happened. I managed to get it around to the bottom timing mark so I could see, and it's visibly out on the timing. I don't know how. I don't think I've got a charged torch up here. I don't know if you can see, probably not. That is the timing mark. It should be timing mark on the cam, lines up with the timing mark on that arrow. Timing mark on the cam is here. So it's not very far. you know, it's probably, what's that, 1, 2, 3 teeth out, but it's out, and obviously it shouldn't be. So yeah, I mean, less than ideal. Funnily enough, same week my daily decided it was gonna break, and that cost me £200. So obviously the priority has been to get that sorted and get that fixed and back on the road. And yeah, I can finally start delving into this. Now this is a massive kick in the teeth for me because I have loads of stuff planned, and yeah, it's not ideal. And like I say, I just haven't had the mental capacity, I guess, to come up here and face what awaits me when I take the head off. So I'm probably just going to cut to a time lapse of me stripping everything down, and yeah, once it's stripped down, we will assess the damage. Right, heads off. There goes my brand new head gasket. So straight away I'm seeing a little bit of shiny here. He's not all that bad. Not really. So, I suppose, moment of truth is going to be... Oh yeah. One, two. 2 bent valves. Very interesting. Let me come back to you. So, definitely 1, definitely 2. I mean, the others don't seem too bad. But yeah, that is the dreaded, I'm afraid. I think what's worse is I still don't really know what's caused it. Obviously the time it's jumped, but you know, as for why, I don't really know. I really don't. I mean, yeah. So, yeah. Peculiar. I mean, not seeing anything horrific going on in the balls or even with the pistons, really. Yeah, I'm gonna have to obviously assess whether the bottom end's salvageable, which I think it is. I mean, there's nothing immediately to say it's on its way out. Obviously we had valve bent here, so 1 inlet, 1 exhaust. So yeah, I mean, this side didn't look like they were bent, but never say never. So yeah, I think I need to figure out if the bottom end is salvageable, which if it is, I think we're gonna go for, probably just for ease of getting the car back on the road. I knew that was coming. So we're now in the darkness because my battery's just died. But yeah, I think for ease we're going to go with that old head that obviously was on this car before I managed to pick this head up. I'm probably just going to get that skimmed. Obviously I know the head's good, I know all the valves are good. So yeah, it'll just be a case of skimming that head, transferring everything off the new head, back onto the old head, new head gasket, new cam belt. See, the thing I question is, I didn't change this cam belt, because this cam belt was brand new in probably August or September. Maybe a touch before, to be fair, June, July. And yeah, my naivety, I just thought, you know, why bother? It will be fine, he says. Obviously, we learn the hard way. There's a little bit of sort of fraying and maybe a bit of damage to a tooth there, but again, I'm gonna have to wait until we got some decent light in here. Really, just sort of go over some stuff, check some stuff. Obviously, the belt's gonna get changed now again, so we'll have a new cam belt. And yeah, like I say, not the video I wanted to make really, but yeah, we'll go from there. So yeah, that's me for tonight, I guess. Heads off. Obviously, we can see at least 2 of the valves are bent by eye. Pistons don't look too bad. I guess I can check protrusion with a DTI gauge, etc. Yeah, just make sure, like I say, if bottom end's fine, I plan on sending the other head off, getting that one skimmed, and yeah, go from there really. Obviously I know everything in that head's good, obviously it's just the head gasket that went, so we may get away with a fairly cheap turnaround, and yeah, just fingers crossed I can get it done in time for stuff I have planned this year. Obviously a bit of a bummer, I've now got to buy a head gasket head rebuild kit again. Obviously a new cam belt, so yeah, I'll get those bits and bobs ordered, we'll get them done, hopefully throw it back together, and hopefully never do that ever again, because that was not a good experience. Obviously, as you can appreciate, spending the money and the time to get the new head, put the new head gasket and everything on. I cry a little bit because obviously it's a new old stock head, so that's not ideal either. But like I say, you know, things can be rebuilt. I can always chuck new valves in that, and yeah, maybe for a project later down the line. But yeah, thanks for watching if you've watched this far. Till next time, I guess.